Hey guys, I'm here with a guest upload for Young Breezy. We got this really cool frog list. We're just gonna get right into it. You can go check us out at Team Snow Rabbit. We should be posting a lot more, especially starting with school, because our internet will be better. So we're just gonna get straight into it. The deck starts off with 3 Swap Frog. Now this is the only Swap Frog that does anything, because it's beautiful. So yeah. So, basically, the whole deck revolves around the cards like this, and this guy. So basically, I know most people probably know what Paleo do, but just in case you don't, this guy, on normal summon, or on normal or special, he sends a level 2 water aqua from deck to grave. So you send like this guy most of the time, and this guy can special summon himself by banishing a water, and this guy can also like special summon himself by discarding a water. Or he doesn't banish just water, he banishes a water aqua. Level 2. And then play 3 Dupe Frog. Now this card has a really cool thing called the Dupe Block. And I get this off a lot at locals actually. So basically all you need for the Dupe Block is 2 Dupe Frogs on field. And both Dupe Frogs says you have to attack Dupe Frog. Or this Dupe Frog says you have to attack him, this Dupe Frog says you have to attack him. So they just can't attack because you have 2 Dupe Frogs that say you have to attack him on the field. Okay, and now we are playing the Godly Flip-Flop Frog. Now, the reason we're playing Flip-Flop Frog has nothing to do with his actual effect. It's because he's water, so 2, he's aqua, he says frog, and he's just insane. Okay, so the real reason is because we had to cut down paleos to fit in the other engine we're playing, and the hand traps and everything. So you had to cut down the paleos. So cutting down the paleos means you have less level 2s to turbo out your Swap Frog, or your Totally Awesome. So we needed the 7th frog name. Plus so in the fact of him being frog is just relevant for banishing him for Rodent Totem. And you can summon him off Totally Awesome for if that ever comes up. And then for the secondary engine, we're playing this really, really small Altergeist engine of Meluseek and 1 Multi-Faker. So, the Multi-Faker itself is just because it's free. It's just a free card you get off the Meluseek. And Meluseek came to my attention through the idea of Eater of Millions and Paleozoic Frogs. So, the big problem with Eater of Millions and Paleozoic Frogs is if you want to summon him, if you don't want to summon him and you just keep him in your hand, he's not a water, so he doesn't attribute anything to the deck. So I wanted to switch him out for something that attributed to the deck that had a similar effect. So I went with Meluseek, because Meluseek you can attack directly and then send a card, or target and send. So the only problem is he does target, where Eater just banishes face down. So there is like, it's not 100% better replacement, but neither's any card. So yeah. And with this meta right now, the only thing Eater gets rid of that this card doesn't most of the time is Diablos. And you can usually outgrind the Pure Spec Striker deck anyway. And Lair's only at locals. Then for hand traps, 3 Ash, 3 Droll. So these are just the best hand traps right now. They shut down the best decks. So it's just the ones we're playing. And we're running a small spellbook engine of 1 Blue Boy, 2 Secrets, 1 Knowledge. Now I am highly been thinking about cutting the 2nd Secrets and putting in 2 Knowledge, because we did add, since Meluseek's a spellcaster, our targets are Blue Boy, the Drolls, and the Meluseeks. So this becomes more live if you just hard draw it. But I've been really liking this ratio, so I haven't really changed it. I've tested it, but it's just, I don't know. It still needs more testing in that regard. And 2 Scapegoat, card's a win condition. His biggest problem is you can't end phase Scapegoat the same turn you special it off Totally Awesome, so you need to keep that in mind. And sometimes it does come up a lot where if your opponent sees the Scapegoat game 1 and you don't and you cannot summon off your Toad during their standby phase, and they think you have Scapegoat, so you're going to play around popping the back row to force the Scapegoat so you can kill the token so they don't lose. So that's kind of neat. And the last spell in the deck is Monster Reborn. Look at this beautiful new rarity. On to the traps. Now the only Paleozoic I run is 3 Canadia, because the best one right now going first. It does basically everything. Or Olenoides doesn't hit the best deck, which is Goki. So I didn't really want to do that. And Dynamiscus makes you discard. And there's not like, and the only card in the deck that we're really okay with discarding is the Meluseek, or not Meluseek, Multifaker. Because the Multifaker is mostly just because it's free. So like you can cut the Multifaker if you really don't want to play it. But the Multifaker, so the big problem with Multifaker, and the reason why I don't play like one Multifaker, one Silquidus, or Multifaker into Meluseek ever, is because you can't Scapegoat or Toad the turn you activate Multifaker. So it's almost 100% of the time just going into your Nightmare for discard. Or normal summoning it to make links. Where cards like Dynamiscus, and the reason we don't want to play it is because by the time we set a Dynamiscus and go into Dynamiscus and use Dynamiscus effect, we probably already used a Nightmare, which means you have no more free cards in hand to just discard. So yeah, that was my main train of thought during testing. I mean, I have tried Olenoides in testing, and Dynamiscus in testing, but neither one of them just worked right. So this is what worked for me. 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. So this card's just dual synergy in the deck because it's a trap to trigger Canadia, and it's a hand trap to stop Goki, which is the deck's probably the second hardest matchup besides like Spiral. I think Spiral is probably its hardest matchup. In my testing, it's been the hardest matchup. So yeah, the card's really insane, no matter what people say. Then, for my favorite trap in the game, 3 Compulsory Evacuation Device. This card is by far the most, well, it's just the best fair card in the game, besides maybe Book of Moon. So, it's just a really nice card. It's a nice little Starfoil too. All 3 of them are Starfoil. So yeah, really love this card. Then we're running 3 copies of Torrential Tribute. So since we're able to cut down the Paleos, Torrential Tribute comes a lot better because setting Dupe Frog, setting Torrential Tribute is game on every sense of the word. Because being able to destroy all their cards and then get a Swap Frog effect, or Swap Frog ad, is just insane. So this card's just a blowout card. Then One Song Judgment. This is the only main deck out to evenly match, where that card can blow out this deck. So we wanted a card that can stop it. Plus it just does literally everything except for some monster effects. And then the last card in the deck is Storming Mirror Force. So the philosophy me and like basically everyone I play with testing is about Storming Mirror Force and Mirror Forces in general is they're really good game 1, but once they're flipped for the first time, they're the worst card in your deck. So just having the idea that Storming Mirror Force is in your deck will make your opponent play around Storming Mirror Force, and just that little mentality you give them, pushing them into game 2 and 3, makes them play around Mirror Force, makes them play misplays, which makes them have to take longer to kill you. So in this deck that doesn't necessarily OTK you every single turn, giving them that mentality of having to put monsters in defense mode so they don't to play around Storming Mirror Force game 2 and 3, just give you the advantage. And if it's not even there, you can have other cards to kind of deal with them as if they're, and kind of deal with them and kind of stop their plays before they get there. Because the card just doesn't do enough if they're playing around it. It actually does nothing if they play around it. So it's just best to take it out and let them play around it. Let's see. Then we got the Ojama Brothers. Now this is for the extra deck. We got the Ojama Brothers. Now, you can't go wrong with the Ojama Brothers. They're all beautiful in their own regards. They all do their own little thing. We got the little leader guy here. We had to get him in common because he was in super. All the others have a superiority complex. they wouldn't be too happy with this guy. They'd like succeed from the Ojama Union, and he'd be the only one in the Ojama Union besides him and Ojama King, maybe Ojama Knight. Ojama Knight might leave too. So yeah, we had to get these guys in super, so they felt at least a little bit adequate. I have a token of myself, because Nats was pretty cool. On to the actual extra deck cards. We have 3 copies of the OTK. So basically, you normal summon your swap frog, you send your own token, banish your frog, special summon your own token, you overlay this guy, and that's an OTK. Because your opponent just can't stop this guy. He's pretty broken. He says 1 negate. You know how many negates that is? You know, that's a like a 2-card combo. Makes a negate. Whoa, what is this? Pendulum Magicians? Okay, no. So yeah, Toad's just really good. It's not even just because he negates. It's actually just because he floats, and he can even put himself back. So you literally have endless Toads, because no one's like putting Toad in their extra deck for cherries, because no one has the room right now, except for Altergeist maybe. So the card's just, it's so free. It's literally a Dante with a negate effect, which is retarded. And with the Starboy, we can get our Toads huge. And now this card fixed this deck, because it makes this guy bigger than Dante, and that's a big deal. So yeah, so this guy, all he does is he gives water monsters 500 and fire monsters lose 400. That's attack and defense, and if he's destroyed, he adds a water from grave. So the other effect usually doesn't come up. Normally, you just get Regeki'd or something, or if you just make him and you just win. That happens a lot too. On to the more generic links. We have a Link Karibo and a Link Spider. Both of these are just for the scapegoat, except for Link Karibo can also be made with Meluseek to search the multi-faker if you really need another card to discard off of like a nightmare play you want to make or something. And then we run Duramadol. I always just call this guy Armored Darmaka. So basically, he just can be made with 2 scapegoats. So you can just use 2 scapegoats, make him, and then his effect just like Scrap Dragon, but just for back row. And then you can just use the other 2 to make this. You can go in like 4-low dragon or below-low dragon. So yeah, this guy's really powerful. He like single-handedly beats Altergeist. And then we have an Ingrisu and what is it called? Triple Burst Dragon. This card's really insane in time. He's just piercing. And for the nightmares, we play a Goblin, a Phoenix, a Cerberus, and a Unicorn. So yeah, these guys just say drop draw. Drop draw. Now, here's the only part of my deck that I feel needs a lot of work. The side deck. So, the side deck right now is 2 copies of Gamma Seal or Gamma Shield, however you pronounce it. So his biggest plus side is that he is water. So you get to discard him on Swap Frog, which is really nice. And he takes care of those pesky Sky Striker boards or Goki boards. So not really the Goki boards usually, but always the Sky Striker boards. You just go whoop. They have a monster in their main monster zone. Can't flip Widow Anchor. Just go off and then kill him. Gamma Heal's not that hard to get over. You just gotta make some links. Then 2 copies of Ghost Ogre. Kinda wanna bump this up to 3. But you know, I'm just bad at side decking or making side decks. So who knows? I need to work on it. 3 copies of Gamma. So, and of course the one driver. But Gamma is really cool just because he like shuts down everything. He almost made me want to freaking side or main deck Omega just because of how crazy Omega is in the deck. But the problem is you can just never summon him on your turn. It's just a problem. So we just kind of didn't. 3 anti-spell. This card shuts down like every deck with Goki. So we want to decide it. 2 evenly matched. This card's just insane. It just makes your opponent go down to 1 card in a deck that revolves around out-advantaging your opponent. And then 2 Rivalry. So, my last little thoughts about the deck is I really want to fit Gozen match into the deck, but I actually haven't got them in the mail yet, so I don't know where I'm going to fit them in. I don't know if they're going in the main or the side. Probably just the side. Probably cutting like the gammas. I might cut the 3 gammas for 3 Gozen and then cut the driver for a 3rd ogre. So I still got to play around with some ratios. So I really hope you enjoyed. If you like to see any other decks from me, you can go to the my Team Snow Rabbit channel and see me and Hayden. We should have his invoked list up rather soon. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed. If you'd like to see any other decks on this channel, just give us a nice little thumbs up and say we'd like to see more, because I have a bunch of cool little decks that aren't as meta as frogs, and that's saying a bunch if they're not as meta as frogs. So, yeah, see you guys later. Bye.